François Rouvier, je suis en charge du programme de Social Business chez Renault.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Jacques Berger et je vais vous parler d'une structure d'expérimentation dans le domaine de l'économie sociale qui a ce site singulier qu'elle réunit grandes entreprises, acteurs de l'économie sociale et chercheurs d'HEC.
En finir avec le chômage, tout le monde en rêve. Les hommes politiques, les économistes, les éducateurs. Finalement, chacun de nous, on rêve d'en finir avec le chômage quand on voit les désastres sociaux et humains que ça provoque dans notre société. Alors on peut s'interroger sur le rôle des entreprises. Finalement, est-ce que les entreprises sont aussi concernées par cette lutte contre la précarité et le chômage? Il y a 6 ans, presque 6 ans, chez Renault, avec la directrice de la responsabilité sociale de l'entreprise, nous nous sommes dit que l'entreprise est co-responsable de l'écosystème dans lequel elle exerce son activité. Et nous nous sommes dit que nous avions le devoir d'apporter une contribution, évidemment pas toute la contribution, une contribution à cette lutte contre le chômage et la pauvreté, en créant un programme qui s'appelle Mobiliz. Alors certains peut-être d'entre vous connaissent Mobiliz, on ne va pas parler de tout Mobiliz, mais qu'est-ce que Mobiliz? Mobiliz, c'est un programme qui s'inspire du social business, qui est composé de 3 volets. Un premier qui est la création d'un fonds d'investissement solidaire, alors, qui fait partie de ce mouvement du capital patient dont on a parlé aujourd'hui. Ensuite, on a constitué un réseau de garages Renault solidaires, on va en dire un peu plus quelques mots, et puis également on a participé à l'Action Tank, entreprise et pauvreté, dont Jacques va parler tout à l'heure également. Alors, quelques mots sur les garages Renault solidaires. Aujourd'hui, on a 350 garages Renault solidaires en France. En 2016, on va accompagner à peu près 1600 bénéficiaires qui sont envoyés par des prescripteurs sociaux. Un garage Renault solidaire, c'est un garage Renault qui décide volontairement de dédier une petite partie de son activité à réparer des voitures ou vendre des voitures, des prestations à prix coûtant pour des bénéficiaires qui sont envoyés par des prescripteurs sociaux. Et donc, avec l'Action Tank, nous avons décidé, à partir depuis quelques années, de changer d'échelle.
Alors, l'Action Tank, quelques mots d'abord sur sa genèse. En 2007, très inspiré par l'expérience du professeur Younous, c'est-à-dire en gros d'essayer de résoudre des problématiques sociales avec une démarche de type entrepreneurial, des chefs d'entreprise, des acteurs de
entrepreneurs, actors of social economy,
et des chercheurs
and researchers and teachers at HEC decided to create in HEC a teaching position and experimentation lab. This teaching position still exists and has been in existence for a number of years, and we've decided to make an association, a chain tank, company, enterprises and poverty. What was our idea in the beginning? The first one was to help voluntary companies to work in a program where they use their knowledge to solve social problems. Secondly, we do not call on these companies for their money, but rather for their skills, and they help us define this program. Thirdly, from beginning to end, we put these companies in an ecosystem where they need to work with traditional actors in solidarity-based economy, the unemployment offices, NGOs, and so on. The fourth element in this roadmap is that in a systematic way, after designing the program, we start experimenting. We test the solution we have imagined together in real life, but in a limited situation. And then the objective is always to multiply the scale of the experimentation, but it will only take place if we show that there's a business model which means we cannot extend the program if it depends only on private generosity, philanthropy, or on public generosity, on subsidies. We need to find something sustainable before we go up to the next phase. So we want to be innovative in 3 different fields, but in a combined way. Innovative with companies by getting them to work in areas where they're not used to. Innovative in terms of public action by helping them work with companies, and also by showing that there's creation of value that's not only an economic or monetary. So the experience of the solidarity-based garage shows that when you're poor, when you're looking for a job and you need a car, you go on the internet and you surf, desperately looking for a car between 1,000 and 3,000 euros that you could finance with a microcredit. And there it is a lottery, really. Sometimes, and most of the time you lose. You have a vehicle you know nothing about, which has problems very often, which is very costly because they have been on the road for hundreds and sometimes thousands of kilometers, for 100,000 of kilometers. So you worried all the time. You worry all the time about this new old car. So it's not a good solution to buy second-hand cars, and this is not something that you can extend to Mobiliz. We don't have a good solution right now to offer good second-hand vehicles for all the people who need. So we thought we needed to find a sustainable solution that would enable us to help the beneficiaries. Of course, it makes you feel better to have a brand new car than to have a second-hand car. So we thought we need to be able to offer a new car for people who don't have access to conventional credit. So we call this the Mobility Club. This is an alliance of several stakeholders. There are social actors, the unemployment administration, the microcredit association, ADI and Caisse d'Épargne, Total, which gives us fuel voucher at a privilege, at a lower price. Dacia selling a Kangoo sold without a profit. And all together, we managed to build a very efficient and attractive offer. This was very complex. We are testing this combination right now. We have been testing it for a year, and it answers a very concrete need of people who wanted to be done with the old age vehicle with the yes, as you said, it took us some time with the collaboration of a consulting group that helps us on these topics. In order to go over to the experimentation phase, we recruited a coordinator. First of all, we wanted to validate the attractivity of the offer. We suggested people who usually have second-hand vehicles, whether they were, we'd offered to give them a new vehicle on a lease, a long-time lease, and help them buy fuel, at least in the beginning. Our objective was to try and sell this offer to see whether it was relevant. So the coordinator would receive prospects from the unemployment administration, Pôle emploi, and his task consisted in explaining to the people what was in them for it, what was in it for them, what was the difference with what they could find on the market. Secondly, they had to adjust the suggestion to the needs of the person, because of course a long-time lease contract can vary according to the number of kilometers included, so you need to discover what are the needs of your customer. And secondly, to try and take these prospects to sign a long-time renting contract with an insurance contract and a microcredit. This first objective was there to serve more deeper objective, which were consisting in validating our premises. We wanted to make sure that we would reduce the complete cost of these people's mobility, because it's much cheaper for each kilometer to have a new vehicle than to have a second-hand vehicle. So these people save money. We had to show that it reduced stress. François mentioned it, but none of us could lose his or her job because they need to change an important part on their car. But this happened with these people, and reducing stress was one of the elements we wanted to measure. And finally, and not least, we wanted to demonstrate to the DIAC and the Caisse d'Épargne that these people to whom we were selling these cars that didn't have enough money to have a normal credit access, that they pay, and changed the way they looked at them, telling them what's important is not the relationship between what they pay every month and what they earn, is the relationship between what they pay now and what they were paying yesterday, to check that there are people among these people who can pay for that. So now we've been, the experiment has been ongoing for several months. What have we learned? First of all, we have learned that our first version didn't work. We didn't manage to sell a single contract over 3 months. I don't have enough time right now to tell you why. But that's what experimentation is for. We've realized that what works well on Excel and PowerPoint does not necessarily work in real life. It also taught us that we need to invent a way to market social business, because this type of offer doesn't fit in any mental category. So people either think it's low cost, we know that, or it's treacherous marketing. You are being given something, but you realize at some point that you're not being given that thing. And it's not philanthropy either. So we have to build a marketing process to explain this type of project. And finally, to conclude, I'd like to tell you what's at the heart of this effort at Renault. First of all, we're interested in the partnerships we have established locally with Pôle emploi, for example. The pride of our staff, this is very positive. They are proud of a company that commits itself for a different type of economy, a more inclusive economy. Also, the possibility to go and get new customers where we didn't think there were customers, and they might be loyal to our brand later on and to our company. But beyond this, I think the greatest motivation is in our will to change scale. Our name is Renault, and other companies are getting involved in social business. We're not here to have small experiments. We need to change the dimension. This is strategic for the success of these initiatives and our credibility. And fundamentally, if we want to change the world, if we want tomorrow to have a more altruistic and inclusive economy, we need to have something that works big scale, at a very large scale. Hang on. Jacques. No, well, I think we'll stop here. Thank you.